Not everyone deserves a seat at your table, chosen ones.
Let me remind you of something powerful. A diamond doesn't beg to be admired. It shines unapologetically. Whether it's held or ignored, you are that diamond. They had their chance, and they threw it away like a fool who tossed gold into the fire, hoping it'd still be there in the ashes. Spoiler, it won't. Listen closely. The very power you carry, the light that radiates from your spirit, haunts those who underestimated you. Your presence was their lifeline, their secret weapon, the thing that kept their world from falling apart. But they didn't see it. Or worse, they saw it and still thought they could replace you. Now they're drowning in regret, haunted by your absence because they didn't just lose someone, they lost you, the irreplaceable. Here's the reality, chosen ones. Regret is cheap currency. It's the counterfeit apology of the selfish. When they come knocking again, trying to make things right, they're not coming for you. They're coming for the perks of having access to you. They're coming for the energy you poured into them, the love you gave freely, and the strength they drained from you. But guess what? You're not a refillable well. You're a divine source, and they've run out of access. Period. Don't get it twisted. Your worth doesn't depend on anyone's recognition. You were chosen for a reason, chosen to rise, to shine, to lead. And every step you take forward without them will only amplify their regret. Their cries for a second chance will be drowned out by the sound of your unstoppable momentum. Keep moving. Keep shining. Let them choke on the dust of your progress. And here's the kicker. Letting them back into your life isn't an act of kindness. It's discover more TV and video. Video transcript synchronization. Video sharing. Self-sabotage. They didn't cherish you when you were within reach. Why would they treat you any differently now? A scorpion doesn't change its sting just because it regrets the last bite. Don't be fooled by pretty words and empty promises. Let them live with the consequences of losing you. You don't let a snake back into your garden and expect it to stop biting. Remember that. Let your boundaries be your armor and your absence be the lesson they never forget. If this is hitting your spirit right now, it's because you know the truth deep down. You're chosen for something bigger, something greater, and not everyone gets to come along for the ride. Keep building, thriving, and walking in your purpose. Their regret, that's just the universe's way of showing you the impact you made. But let's be clear, their regret isn't your problem. Before we dive deeper, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. This channel is your safe space, your guide, and your reminder of who you truly are. Don't miss a second of what's coming, because I promise, it's your time to rise. Chosen ones, let this be your mantra. Not everyone deserves to experience the afterglow of my light. That glow is yours now. It's your legacy, your power, and your proof that you're untouchable. Keep shining and let them regret from a distance. You've got better things to do, like changing the game and owning your destiny. And to you, the one who knows deep down you're chosen, thank you for being here. Whether you're new to this journey or a loyal soul walking this path with us, your energy fuels this movement. If you're ready to own your worth, leave the past behind, and watch those who underestimated you regret it from the sidelines. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a number 77 in the comments to claim your power. Believe me, if you're a true chosen one, you won't want to miss a second of what's next. And now let's break this down step by step. Stick with me until the end. It's time to rise. Let's get into it. Number 1. When they lose the sun, they finally miss its light. A fool never knows the worth of gold until their hands are empty and their pockets echo with regret. Chosen ones, let's get real. They didn't lose just anyone. They lost the irreplaceable you. They didn't just lose a person. They lost a force, a storm, and a sanctuary all in one. You were their light in the darkness, their answer to chaos, the calm that softened their storms. But here's the truth. Not everyone knows how to value a light until they're left standing in the cold pitch black. And when the cold creeps in, they'll realize they weren't just losing warmth, they were losing the sun. You gave them access to the rarest kind of energy, the kind that can't be bought, can't be replaced, and definitely can't be found again once it's gone. But let's not sugarcoat it. They took you for granted. They thought your loyalty was a guarantee. They assumed your kindness was their right. They believed you'd keep answering their calls, showing up to patch their wounds, and sacrificing yourself to keep them standing. But what did they do in return? Nothing. Worse than nothing. They drained you. They siphoned your strength like thieves in the night, leaving you depleted while they feasted on the fruits of your spirit. They didn't think twice about what they had because they didn't believe it could ever be taken away. And now they sit in the shadow of their own choices, haunted by your absence. The emptiness they feel isn't just loneliness. It's the realization that no one else carries what you carried. They're out here searching for a version of you in other people, only to find pale imitations. Why? Because you can't duplicate the divine. But let me remind you of something critical. Their regret is not a compliment. Regret is the emotional graveyard where they bury their guilt. And their sudden realization of your worth isn't growth, it's desperation. They're not mourning the loss of you, the person. They're mourning the loss of your benefits. They miss your energy, your solutions, your unwavering presence. But here's the kicker. They don't miss you. They'll try to crawl back into your life with words dipped in honey, talking about seeing the light and appreciating you now. Don't buy it. A snake that sheds its skin is still a snake. They haven't changed. They've just realized the luxury of having you around, and they want it back. It's not about love or respect. It's about convenience. And let me answer the question that might be lingering in your mind. But what if they've truly changed? Chosen ones, if they didn't value the gold when they held it, why would they treat it differently now? People don't suddenly grow into what you deserve. They only grow bitter when they lose what they never deserved in the first place. Let them stew in their regret. It's not your job to hand out second chances to those who squandered the first. They had access to you, the most powerful, unshakable energy, and they fumbled it like amateurs. Now they'll spend their days trying to fill a void that only your presence could satisfy. And that's not your problem. You have something far more valuable than their late recognition. The power of being chosen. You were chosen to rise above, to carry a light so brilliant it exposes the cracks in people who can't handle it. Your existence serves as both a blessing and a reminder. Blessing those who respect your energy and reminding those who didn't that they can never have it again. So should you let them back in? Absolutely not. They didn't respect the sun when it shone on them. So let them freeze in the dark. Let their regret be the heavy chain they carry, while you soar higher, shining brighter than ever before. You are not their lesson to relearn. You are their lesson to live with. Keep moving forward, chosen ones. Let your glow blind them from a distance while you walk into your destiny untouched by their desperation. They'll watch you rise, powerless to follow. And that right there is the sweetest justice of all. Number 2, you were the fire that kept them warm. Now they're left in the cold. A leech doesn't mourn the host. It mourns the loss of its meal. Chosen ones, let me speak to your soul. You were their lifeline, their secret weapon, the unseen force keeping their world intact. When you walked into their lives, you didn't just show up. You brought light to their darkest corners, warmth to their coldest days, and energy to their lifeless routines. Your presence wasn't ordinary. It was transformational. You weren't just there. You carried them. But here's the bitter truth they'll never admit. They didn't see you as the miracle you were. They didn't respect the fire that kept their life burning. They only noticed its absence when it went out. Now that you're gone, They're shivering in the dark, scrambling to figure out how to survive without the energy you so freely gave. You see, most people don't understand the depth of their dependence until the well runs dry. They didn't just drink from your well, they drained it. They leaned on your strength, soaked up your encouragement, and fed off the stability you provided without ever stopping to consider the cost. They assumed your energy was infinite, your love unshakable, and your presence guaranteed. And now they're depleted. Their world feels colder, darker, and emptier without you in it. They don't know how to rebuild what they lost because, truth be told, they were never building in the first place. You were doing it for them. That's why they are desperate to come back, not because they love you, not because they respect you, but because they miss the benefits of you. Let me make this clear. Their desperation isn't a compliment, it's a confession. It reveals that they were never truly standing on their own 2 feet. They were leaning on you the entire time, and now that you're no longer there to carry the load, they're crumbling under the weight of their own emptiness. But here's what you need to understand. You are not their backup generator. You are not their endless reservoir of strength. You were never meant to be the crutch for people unwilling to learn how to walk on their own. Your energy is sacred, and it's not your responsibility to keep refilling those who refuse to sustain themselves. Think of your energy like a fire. Fires are powerful, but they're not infinite. If someone stands too close for too long without feeding the flame, it begins to dim. You gave them the fire that kept their world alive, but they never thought to add wood. They didn't protect your flame. They just stood there, soaking up the heat until there was nothing left. And now they're cold, begging to come back, asking you to reignite what they let die. But here's the truth, chosen ones. If they couldn't protect your flame the first time, they'll only extinguish it again. You cannot let them back in. When you were in their life, you carried the weight of 2 people. You gave without limits, supported without hesitation, and poured yourself out until there was almost nothing left. And for what? To be taken for granted, to be used like a battery they could discard once drained. No, that's not your purpose. You weren't chosen to be someone else's endless power source. You were chosen to light the path for yourself and those who genuinely respect your energy. Let them feel the cold. Let them stumble in the dark. Let their regret be the fire they never learned to build for themselves. Because here's the secret. People only value what they can't have. And now that they know they've lost access to you, they'll finally realize what they had. But it's too late. That door is closed. So if they try to come back, remember this. Their need for you is not love. Their desperation is not respect. They don't want to lift you up. They want you to keep carrying them while they weigh you down. Don't let them mistake your light for weakness. Chosen ones, protect your energy. Let their regret be the lesson they carry while you move forward unburdened. You've got greater things ahead, things they were never meant to be part of. Keep your fire burning for those who deserve it, and leave the leeches to fend for themselves in the cold. You're not their savior, you're your own. Let them regret losing you while you rise higher than they ever imagined. Number 3, their regret is a mirror of their loss, not a reflection of you. A thief doesn't regret the theft, only the treasure they can no longer hold. Chosen ones, let me set the record straight. When they say they regret losing you, don't be fooled into thinking it's because of who you are. Their regret has nothing to do with your soul, your heart, or your essence. It has everything to do with their own selfish loss. They don't miss you. They miss the comfort, the stability, and the benefits you brought into their life. You were their anchor in a storm, their lighthouse in the fog, the quiet strength they leaned on when their world felt chaotic. But instead of cherishing that, they treated you like an unending resource. Your love taken for granted, your time consumed without gratitude, your energy drained without thought. And now that you're gone, their world feels unstable, lonely, and unbearably hard. That's not love. They're mourning the loss of convenience. Here's the truth that might sting, but will set you free. If they truly valued you as a person, they would never have treated you as disposable in the first place. They wouldn't have ignored your needs, disrespected your boundaries, or assumed you'd always be there, no matter how carelessly they acted. But they did. And now that you've walked away, they're scrambling to rewrite the narrative, painting their regret as love or realization. But what are they really realizing? Not your worth, but their loss. They're realizing how much harder life is without your wisdom, your encouragement, and your unwavering support. It's like a parasite realizing it's lost its host. It's not mourning you, it's mourning its own survival. Don't let their words fool you. Their regret doesn't come from a place of growth, self-awareness, or genuine change. It comes from their inability to adapt without you. They're not upset because they've come to understand the depth of your value. They're upset because they've lost the advantages of your presence. They don't regret hurting you. They regret losing the benefits of having you around. And here's the kicker. Regret without growth is worthless. If someone regrets losing you, but hasn't done the work to change their behavior,